Joining us now is Steve Bell, Senior Advisor at the Bipartisan Policy Center, a think tank based in Washington, D.C. He's also a former staff director of the Senate Budget Committee. So, Steve, will the Senate's tax reform bill actually add $1 trillion to the deficit?
At least.
Okay.
I think even the very best economic forecast would get you about $1 trillion that's over 10 years. The problem with that is even if you assume pretty good growth rate because of the passage of such a bill, you're still going to have increasing deficits.
It's incredible. You know, Republicans, including some who are hard to convince, like Senator John McCain, say this bill will actually stimulate the economy. Is that true in and of itself, that it'll stimulate the economy?
Sure, a little bit. I mean, you have to be honest about it. And the question not is will it stimulate, but by how much? So let's take the most pessimistic forecast, and that is, it'll be just 1/10 to 0.3%. The most optimistic is it may be 0.8%. That doesn't sound like much, but you know, if you're at 2.2% growth right now in the economy, and you go up 0.8, that's at 3%. Now you're starting to make a difference in income and in job creation. Most of this job creation is going to be among small and mid-sized businesses, though. They're the ones who pay 35% tax rate. The big boys, like Apple, pays maybe 5% tax rate, effective tax rate. So for small business and medium-sized business that do their business here in America, it's going to be a real step forward.
The Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan federal agency that provides the budget and economic information to Congress, says the low-income Americans, the lowest, would be the hardest hit by the bill. So then American bishops, of course, are concerned about that, as are a lot of people. So do you think that's an accurate assessment, that the poorest would be the most hurt?
Oh, I think so. That's what's wrong with the bill. I gave you what was good as far as small and medium-sized business.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is there are going to be either tax cuts, increases, or no improvement for people in the bottom, let's say 30%, 40% of income levels. And that's going to be a real problem.
Okay, well, we'll be watching to see how this develops both in the Senate and, of course, how it's reconciled in the House as well. Steve Bell, Senior Advisor at the Bipartisan Policy Center, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you for having me.